Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Rader. This video is for students taking economics, looking at Unit 2, Day 2, the lesson on shortages, surpluses, and market equilibrium. And in this short video, I will show you how to get to the equilibrium point by plotting supply and demand curves using data. And I will show you how to plot it using a Google spreadsheet. So this corresponds to the introduction and model part of the lesson, where you'll be advising Roy on the opening of his original famous pizzeria. You'll want to refer back to this video when doing day 3 of the unit, when you look at the case study for Roy and their original famous pizzeria. So in the introduction model, we see various price points for a slice of pizza, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We see the corresponding demand in thousands of slices and supply in thousands of slices. And we're being asked to identify if there is a shortage or a surplus at a given point. So one way that you can plot this is to literally take the dots that is given in the template, press Control C and Control V, and that will allow you to put in the second dot, and then you can simply paste where you want. So if we look at $3.50, we see that there is a demand of 80,000 slices of pizza. Now, when you complete it, it would look like this. Now the question becomes, how do we go from the yellow part of the demand curve to the supply curve? I changed the color on the dot. It's very easy to do that. You just click on the dot itself, and then you could change the fill to whatever color you prefer. So this is what it would look like, and the market equilibrium point is where the supply and demand curves intersect, which is at a quantity demanded and supplied of 140,000 units at a price point of $2.75. So at this middle point, there is neither a shortage nor is there a surplus. And in the spreadsheet, this is what it looks like when you finish. So what we're going to want to do is go back to the lesson. We're going to highlight the table itself. We're going to press Control C, which will copy it. We're going to open up a new sheet so that we can do this from the beginning. Press Control V, that will paste in the table. We can make the columns a little wider if we want to be able to see them a little better. Let me do that again. Okay, and that will make it a little bit wider. And when we want to set up the actual plot points, we'll highlight what we're looking for, which is the price per slice, the demand and the supply. We'll click Insert. We will make our chart. The default chart should appear momentarily, and it is. And this allows us to see demand and supply. We can see the price point on the x-axis and the demand of units and supply of units in thousands on the y-axis. When we look at the chart editor, we can look at the line itself. It's now they automatically suggested that we do a line chart where they're drawing a line of best fit. We could also do it as a scatter plot like we did in the other sample. And then a few things just to show you that we can do. We can go to customizing the chart. We can change around the color scheme if we want to choose a different color, something that we're more interested in. In terms of the title, we might want to make it just simply demand and supply for pizza slices. And then that will automatically change it as well for us. We can go into the series and we can change some things around if we want to. We can add in error bars, wouldn't recommend that. We could look at data labels that would tell us corresponding demand and supply values. And we can also look at our grid lines, and we can add in minor grid lines if we want to be able to trace more specific plot points on this chart. So again, this would be the finished product. Notice that it's a different name than demand and supply chart 1. Just click on the arrow. That allows us to rename it demand and supply chart number 2. And that's how we can chart out the supply and demand curves in this lesson. And that will help you to complete the introduction part of the lesson itself. And just one last thing before I end the video, keep in mind that whenever there is a surplus of product, right, we would be having a surplus, and whenever there is a a deficit of the product, that is when we will have our shortage. So again, we can see at 3.50, 3.25, and $3, we have a surplus of product because the customer doesn't want to pay that kind of money to buy the pizza. And then at $2, 2.25, and 2.50, there's a shortage that exists in that situation. All right, everybody, have a great day.